So now that autumn's well and truly upon us, the bad weather's rolling in, and we're currently in the midst of one of the worst storms we've seen so far this year. I've seen a lot of posts on Instagram and Facebook and talking to people that they're putting their bikes away for the year, they're going to be put into storage, and they won't see the light of day until spring 2024. And that got me thinking, what can we do over the winter? So I wanted to put together this mini series that I think we're going to call the off season. And within this mini series, what we're going to do is head out and about, visit different locations, cafes, museums, any sort of motorbike attraction, and just see what there is to do while we're not out riding. So, as this is the first episode, we're going to stay quite local. We're going to head up to Donington Park racetrack, and there we're going to have a wander around the Superbike Factory motorbike store and have a spot of breakfast at the Factory Heads Cafe now that it's recently reopened as well. So come along. So, what is the Superbike Factory? Well, they boast one of the largest ranges of used motorbikes, everything from 125s up to superbikes. They also stock a range of accessories from helmets, gloves, jackets, shoes, you name it, they sell it. But before we get to the bikes, we wanted to head in and grab a spot of breakfast at the Factory Heads Cafe. Now, I have been here a few times, but this is the first time I brought my partner along. They have recently reopened, so they're serving food on a limited menu at the moment, but they still had a full breakfast and lunch menu, and they had plenty of plant-based options as well. So as you can see, they offer a dedicated area for your jackets and helmets, which is a really nice touch. It's also worth noting that there's plenty of families around and it is child friendly. Now that we're refueled with some coffee and a big breakfast, it was time to head into the Superbike Factory store. Now, as I mentioned earlier, they have got a retail outlet that sells a range of helmets, jackets, gloves, and different bike accessories. They do tend to be a bit on the pricey side, and if you look online, you probably could find them cheaper, but it is really handy to have this local just in case you're in a pinch and you need some gear. Okay, well, I must admit, they do stock an impressive range of bikes. You can find everything from adventure bikes, modern classics, sports bikes, tourers, and cruisers. And occasionally, while looking around, you'll spot something a bit different, like this custom cruiser that we found. I must admit, it's not to my taste, but I can see why it would appeal to some people. One thing that did take me by surprise ever so slightly on this visit was I found an area dedicated to mutt motorcycles. So I can only presume that this is because they're based over in Birmingham. However, it was a bit of a shock to see an area dedicated to 125 and 250cc motorbikes. Now, I've always had a bit of a soft spot for mutt bikes as I think they look absolutely fantastic. So I was quite pleased to see that they had their own area and a bit of display of modern classic and retro styled clothing and helmets to go alongside them as well. So it wouldn't be one of my videos without mentioning Royal Enfield, and I did spot a few tucked away in the corner. There was a nice little Bullet 500, but apart from that they were all fairly standard Interceptors and a little Meteor. So that's going to round out the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more of these, then let me know in the comments where you'd like me to go next. I am based in the Midlands, so anywhere local preferably, but I can travel if it's somewhere particularly exciting. And if you haven't done so already, head over to my channel and check out my experience of attending the Royal Enfield One ride for this year. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.